Anthony, you've only beaten me one time. How about you go wait in the lunch line?
Hello, everybody. We are so glad to be back. We're sorry we missed another week last week. We hope everyone had a good Halloween week. We missed you guys, and we hope you guys missed us. We have a great podcast today to wrap up the last couple weeks, really, and
It
talk
was
about some
it was a
things.
spooky week.
It was a spooky week from Nick, and yeah, we have some surprising wins and a pretty good lineup to get into today. So, Nick, Braden, you guys got anything?
Well, I'd like to point out Alexi's not with us again. I think he believes that if he doesn't come on the podcast, that he's gonna magically keep winning. But his team
Alexi's got the same or more than Braden now.
more, right?
More.
Braden,
They
Alexi's
really
doing
went
more.
south.
I'm doing 6.
Braden's
I
doing
get-
6.
It didn't go south. It just started south, and it hasn't really moved.
Yeah.
Both of my wins have been on the last drives of Broncos games on Monday
Hey,
night.
Broncos
And,
country, let's ride.
But honestly, I should be 0-8 right now. It is incredible that I'm 2-6.
Yeah,
Hey, Broncos
you beat
country.
me on garbage time dump offs to Javonte Williams,
And I beat Paul on garbage time. Broncos fumbled, and I get the Chargers defense to get
On
the
a
extra
muff
2 points on a muff punt.
Braden should be 0-8.
In overtime, I should be 0-8.
How does it feel that you're just not good at fantasy football anymore?
I doesn't impact me at all.
Really?
Yeah,
That does not impact Braden at all.
doesn't impact
Why?
me at all. Why? Because my value is not rooted in that. That's why.
So what you're saying is Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride. I mean, we're on a 1-game win streak. We're headed into the bye. We're gonna
Sounds
heat
hot.
up. Plus, we just traded Bradley Chubb. We got another first-round pick coming
Braden,
in.
that sounds like something a loser would say.
Good. You guys can draft a quarterback now.
I did see.
We don't need one.
Yeah, and you got Chase
And we
Edmonds.
have
Chase
Ryan
Edmonds is gonna
Hickey
lead
there.
Broncos to a winning record this year.
We got Chase Edmonds.
Yeah.
Why? We have like 5 running backs.
He's gonna be the
They're
third down.
bad. They're all bad.
I know they're all bad, but we don't need another guy who's
No,
also
that's
bad.
not the
Melvin
problem.
Gordon and Latavius Murray are gonna split first and second down.
That's just awful.
And
He's gonna
Chase
get like
Edmonds
6
is gonna
carries
be
a
the
game,
third
and
down.
this is so dumb.
That's
Oh
why I
my
had him
God.
on my team just in case he was traded.
Um,
Wrong team. Anyway,
and we have noted here, rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. I mean, it's kind of like Ben just kind of. I hate
Ben
Ben.
and William.
William sucks, but Ben is.
Yeah, he beat me.
He's like the highest scoring in the league.
He's bad. He lost. I'm gonna end up winning that division, but Ben is kind of good, and if you look at his team, he's deep. Like Jamar
And-
Chase went down, he just scored 185.
and he picked up Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I
And like
saw
he
that.
doesn't need him until like
quarterback.
the second week of the playoffs.
I mean, Tua did good last week, though.
Dude,
Yeah,
it was
but
also
he had Tua Waddle, which fucked me.
and his like bench player is Gabe Davis, who could just go out and catch a 90-yard
I
touchdown.
mean, Amari Cooper is
He
like
can
also
catch
on the
two.
bench when Jamar Chase comes back.
I'm
his team is-
scared of Ben. Ben
team is
might have
deep.
one of the best teams that we've ever seen outside of Braden's.
What? Excuse me. I have the best team ever, and it's not even.
Ben's team is deep though. Like you outside of your start, you had the best probably starting lineup. But like Ben's team, just like you said, Jamar Chase goes down. Okay, he fills it with Amari Cooper. If Amari Cooper goes down, he fills it with Gabe Davis. He's still better than half the teams in the league with that roster.
And I said and I think Ben is on. I mean, he's tracking to have the best record ever. I think it's 11-2. Was you?
I was
William also did it.
10-3, I
You're
believe.
10-3. I've been 10-3, but like
Freaking
Ben's
losers. How does that feel? Only having
Ben's
10
looking
wins?
at what? How many games we
I've
played
had
now?
11.
13.
Yeah, we play an
We
extra
played an
game.
extra
now.
game, but Ben's looking at like 12-2. We played 14 games. 12-2 maybe.
I mean, yes,
Maybe
But-
maybe better.
I mean, he hadn't played me yet, so that's a dub for me.
but Ben Jones, I think, will fall this week. He's playing Carter, and
Carter's overrated.
Ben's got Nick
Oh,
Chubb
we'll get into that.
out.
We'll get into that a little later.
Ben has Jamar Chase, Nick Chubb, and Amari Cooper all out this week. So he's got 3 guys. Chubb's out, but his team is still not that bad. But if he's gonna lose, it'll be
I
this.
mean, his game's coming up. He's got Carter, Connor,
Hard.
William, me, and then he finishes with Justin and Braden. So that's at least 2 wins right there.
But
I'm gonna
that's 4
upset
hard
him
games
week
in a row.
14. I'm gonna upset him week 14.
We're gonna see how good Ben really is once.
Yeah, for
Dude,
Connor,
he's
Carter,
8-0.
Connor,
He's
William,
really
and
good.
me.
Well,
I'd
he's
say
really
that's a
good.
tough,
Yeah.
tough
He's
stretch of
8-0.
the lineup.
He
All right.
played me,
Anyway,
but yeah.
the other thing I'd like to say is congratulations, everyone. We saved the league from Paul. He tried to ruin the league, and we banded together, and we did something we haven't done in maybe a year or two, and we vetoed a trade. I think that was really mature of
Ridiculous.
us.
And I'd like to say that there's some rumors going around that Paul is going to kick out of the league, and those
So-
rumors are by me. I say that every week
So I would like to be on the record saying that I did not veto the trade.
because it's Ben
and-
and Paul. It's the only reason why
What?
they have some gay little trio. If anyone
No,
else did that trade that wasn't Paul and Ben,
No.
Dave actually thought it was
fact,
Mark Andrews got hurt,
He's
and
fine.
so
he's fine.
I'm just saying.
Robert
Mark
Tunyon
Andrews
ended up
got
on the
hurt.
waiver wire.
No, but
No.
I picked him up.
They did it
No.
for Dallas Goddard.
No.
They did it for Dallas Goddard.
No,
I'm just
No.
saying.
there's no way to justify
Who's the other player? It was Dallas Goddard and who?
Michael Carter.
Paul, you're done.
The day that James Robinson was traded there too, I believe.
Yeah,
Who?
James Robinson.
Robinson, like, was
too.
there, like,
It was either day before.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it was bad. We saved the league. Ben would have had one of the best teams I've ever seen, probably. But anyway,
All right, so we'll hop on over to the first segment, which is going to be the parlay play. It's too early because we're doing this on a Tuesday, so we don't have the yards, but we're just gonna tell you like whatever it is, hit this guy's over under.
I actually have a legit line.
Okay, Braden has.
I have the Thursday night football game, which is the Eagles and the Texans. I am
Okay.
picking Devonta Smith over the 51.5 yards. I think everybody saw AJ Brown go absolutely off, and so they're going to game plan for him. That leaves Devonta Smith open under the field. Take the over 51.5.
and I actually am also going to go in that same game. And I believe, Braden, you picked the incorrect line. I think the right line is going to be Miles Sanders over 80 rushing yards.
Ugh.
Houston is literal garbage against the run. I was sitting on the couch on Sunday. Dave was trying to put in some bets, and I was looking at Derrick Henry rushing yards, and he was going to take the over on whatever it was, but there was a bunch of teasers. And I said, what's the farthest you can go? It was Derrick Henry 150 rushing yards plus 530. And I said, take it. And I like yelled at him, take it. And he didn't listen to me. He didn't take it. Derrick Henry ran for 220 easily. Like, he was chunking off 10 yards every play. It wasn't like he broke 190 yarder. Like, he was 10, 10, 10 every single play. Miles Sanders over, 80 yards. It's a lock.
And I think, I don't know. I don't like Miles Sanders, but okay.
Me neither.
And my pick will be, he's going up against one of the worst defenses in the league, especially their secondary, the Jaguars. Devontae Adams just had a horrible week. Probably his worst game, I think you guys fair to say. Probably his
The
career.
flu. He had the
Part of
flu.
his career. It's a fluke. And I think
No,
he's-
he had the flu.
Oh, okay. He was sick. It was a fluke, but he was sick, and the Raiders looked probably Derek Carr's worst game ever as well, I'd say. And I think they have a huge bounce back versus the Jaguars, who don't have a great secondary, and I think Adams goes crazy. So whatever his over is, which would be like 78 probably, somewhere in that range, I would hammer that. So the 3 picks are Miles Sanders over 80, Devonta Smith over 51, you said, Braden?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And whatever Devonta Adams over in receiving yards. That's the one. Lock it in. I feel like we actually hit ours last week, correct?
We didn't have
Last
one
time
last
we
week,
did this,
2
we
weeks
hit it.
ago. Well, we didn't actually release the podcast in time for the games, but
Oh, yes.
we did, in fact, all hit our
Brett Rippin, baby.
Brett Rippin.
Brett
Rippin.
Rippin. I told you guys, let it rip.
So I actually
Um,
spent some money that week on our own parlay.
Okay, so let's start Carter versus Nick.
You can-
Braden, you want to do this one?
Sure. So Nick came out on top. Beat him pretty handily by let's do some math, 25 here. And really just carried by his running backs, probably probably the best in the league in terms of RB1 and RB2. Derrick Henry and Kamara, 36 and 42 from each of them. So that's just can't really beat that.
Not as good as Kenneth Walker, but yeah.
Not as good as Kenneth Walker or Najee. I wish I took him in the first round.
Or
Not
Donta
Najee.
Foreman.
They're better than
Oh
Najee.
yeah, or Donta Foreman. Screw you, Alexi. I hate Alexi. Anyway, so looking at this matchup, it was really just people absolutely going off or not at all, because they had Carter had 2 people over 30 and Nick had 3 people over 30. And other than that, they barely got into the teens, like 1 or 2 people each on each team into the teens. So this one could have gone either way. Nick got, I think, lucky in that he had 3 people go absolutely off. Because other than that, his team was
They're my best players.
Yeah.
Paul versus Justin. Are you guys there?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay.
I can take this one.
I was gonna take.
Oh,
this
you can
one.
take this one because Justin's your guy.
Yeah, I hate Justin. Fuck you, Justin. You keep shit. Justin got extremely lucky. He played basically the bye, Paul Belangi. He had Keenan Allen, Eckler, Herbert, basically like his entire team on bye, and he won. Shout out him. He won. He needed one, so whatever. He can have it. Paul's team is just a mess. Jonathan Taylor's bad. He started another receiver that I don't even think played, and Mark Andrews got hurt.
3 wins.
And I will say, Brandon, you've been a nice, pleasant surprise. So, Justin, you're awful, and you're still going to be a loser all year, and you're not winning this year, buddy. But congratulations on beating the bye week. That's Paul, not Carter.
Yeah, and Paul, how'd that Josh Allen trade work out for you this week?
Yeah, I bet that was good, Paul. Good thing you
How many
traded.
points Josh Allen get this week?
Best player. Oh no, but Nick Devin Singletary almost got 10 this week. Devin Singletary
It's all garbage.
almost got 10.
Devin
Good
Singletary did
trade.
almost get 10. Did he even start him? Oh yeah, he did. Anyway,
We started him.
this brings us to the Primo Wellness Therapy Team of the Week. It is not Braden. It
so
should
happy.
be you. It really should.
It hasn't been me this whole time, and I should be 0-8.
It
I don't know
should
how I'm
be
escaping
you.
this.
But Paul he's trying to give away his team. It's like, when the sun, never mind. Yeah, Paul's Therapy Team of the Week. Head on over to the Jones house for a free therapy session with Miss Tanya.
All right, and then Ben versus Anthony, Nick.
Ben versus Anthony. This would have been probably the matchup of the week if we had one, just because it's Game of Jones versus Game of Jones. Ben,
Dude, fuck you.
Anthony,
Ben.
actually,
Stop
Anthony, you
taking
need
my-
to change your name.
No, that's like the best name I've ever come up with. Fuck
Yep.
you, Ben.
Well,
Get off
Ben,
of it.
Ben is
It's
better.
such a good name.
Ben,
No,
he's better
fuck
than you.
Ben. I'm so tired of this shit.
When
Do
you're 8-0,
something,
when you're 8-0, you can pick your team name,
No, this is
but
bullshit.
you have to change it.
I would literally cut my pinky off for him to lose a game right now.
Okay, buddy. Ben won this game very handily,
That's
183
not true.
to
That's not true. I was projected to win at 6 o'clock on Sunday. I did not win it
Yes.
handily.
Well, it's Tuesday. and you
It's
lost
Tuesday.
by 40.
I was
His
projected
Browns
to
players
win at
combined
6
for
o'clock on
50
Sunday.
points. Ben's team continues to be a wagon. It's as simple as that. He might be unstoppable. Like we said earlier, he picked up Deshaun Watson. But I have to give you props, Anthony. You have really pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. You
I
are
am a
4-4. I think you're in the
contender.
playoffs. Are you in the playoffs?
I am. And I think I'm a contender to win this thing.
Also, shout out to DJ Moore.
Yeah, I was actually about to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy, go ahead.
I'm going to name 11 people right now. Paul, Justin, Carter, Nick, David Jones, Michael Marguerite, Braden Little, Alexi Harris, William Sherry, and Connor Rice, and Ben Jones. Fuck all of you. I have been through, I feel like I'm gonna say it. Yeah, you Christians might not like this. I feel like Jesus carrying the cross then with everyone hating. That's what I felt like. And you were all wrong. I kept saying he's gonna be good. I literally gave him out in trades for almost every person in this league for nothing. And you are all idiots. And I'll take my wide receiver one and DJ Moore is going to be a beast the rest of the year. So good that Braden is going to be taking me to Tennessee, and we're going to the hotel because he's coming. And no one.
It's way too
It's
late.
way
Not
too
too
late.
You think he's gonna have
Not
more
too late.
receiving yards than Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill's on
Yes.
pace to break the record. He's on pace to break.
Tyreek Hill's going to get hurt, and DJ Moore is explosive, and he's the best, and nobody can touch him, and he's the man. And fuck everyone.
I will
He's
say
the
all
man.
it took was them to get rid of literally everyone.
I told you it's going to happen. I
It
said,
doesn't
"You
make
guys
sense.
are-
Donta Foreman scored 3 touchdowns and DJ Moore
They
went
get
off.
rid of
Why are the
Christian
Panthers
McCaffrey,
good?
Robbie Anderson, Baker Mayfield,
And they still lost.
They still lost. He also
thank you, everybody.
He single-handedly lost them the game.
Oh, shut up. Took his helmet off. Tell their kicker to make it 10 yards.
15 yards.
Oh. All right, Dave versus
Anyway.
Mike. I just had to say that. Like, fuck everyone. He's
Yeah.
my new favorite player.
Anthony, you lost, but you're 4-4.
And
I'm
my team's good.
I'm pretty
I'm deep.
impressed. Your team's good. It's formidable. I'm lucky that we'll talk about it later, but I think you
Who would have
have
thought the worst player in my lineup would be my first round pick? And he didn't get hurt or anything. He was just bad. That's all.
Yeah, he's really bad.
Okay. Dave versus Mike. Great.
Dave versus Mike. Mike won pretty handily by like 40. Mike had a really, really big day from AJ Brown, who had 3 touchdowns, and Tony Pollard also had 3 touchdowns. Dave did not get the Josh Allen 50 burger like he always does, so that kind of hurt him. He still put up 140, so like it's still a decent day with Josh Allen only getting 24. But yeah, Mike's team definitely just highlighted by AJ Brown and Tony Pollard here. I don't think Dave could have. Yeah, not much he could have done.
Can I say
Yeah.
something real quick?
Yeah.
I believe if you go back to the last podcast, all of us, we said, who do we have winning? And it was like around the board, Dave. Brees Hall, I think he's done. I think Dave's done. I don't think he makes
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree with
his
that.
team got remarkable. That was why he was so good. Is he was like he had a good team, and then he had this like shiny toy Brees Hall, who was like the Jamal Charles of like 10 years ago. Like Brees Hall was
Well, 'cause
insane.
he had the formula. He had the
He had
insane
everything.
quarterback that could get you 50. He had the 2 stud running backs.
The
One
best
good wide
receiver.
receiver and a great defense. And like you can get by with a bad tight end, a bad
But not a bad
wide
running.
receiver two, and a bad
shout out
flex.
to Kyle Pitts, who got 19 points.
But like
this week.
if you have those
He does
top
have Jeff
4,
Wilson, who might be pretty good on Miami. Maybe.
yeah, we'll see what happens. I
probably.
mean that because he
Yeah,
got because he got corn cobbed with Christian McCaffrey too. It literally all happened in 1 week.
Yeah.
Where
His
he
team
lost
was
his
really good.
RB1 for the 49ers and he lost Brees Hall. He lost 2 stud running backs in 1 week.
I was terrified and I thought he was gonna win. And I don't think he's gonna make the playoffs. I really
No,
don't.
And
I think he's done.
Also, props to Dave for having the balls to start Kyle Pitts. He did it. You know
Yeah.
what?
It worked. Is Kyle Pitts? Is he coming?
Oh, he's coming.
Yeah, he's coming. We got
He's
him.
coming.
We got him in the Powerball. He's coming.
Nick, Braden versus Alexi.
Oh, Braden versus Alexi. The loser of this game probably should have been the therapy team of the week. I think I just feel a little bit bad for Braden because he hasn't tried to trade away his best players. Not that he has very many of them to trade
I
away.
did trade away my best players. That's what I did.
Yeah, but that was early in the season.
I traded them away and they all got hurt.
Yeah, but you tried to get fair value for him at least. And you're putting up over 100 points a week. I think Paul has been. I actually wanted to see that. How many points has Paul scored the last couple weeks? 93, 127, 118. Is Paul? Yeah, he's just been bad. Anyway, Alexi came out on top, 135 to 121. Again, he is 3-0 since leaving the podcast. I hope we can get him back, but Alexi's kind of superstitious like that. I don't really know why. I did say a couple weeks ago that Alexi would beat Braden. I want to point that out. I did say it would be his first win, so I was wrong there. But I said that he would beat Braden because we all knew Braden sucks. And I think your problem is your team doesn't score touchdowns.
Dude, nobody scores touchdowns.
Like he had
nobody.
4 touchdowns total, and Mike had multiple people that scored 3 on his team.
Braden, you want to know who scores touchdowns?
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore scores touchdowns.
Yeah, he coming at the end, barely. No, congrats,
had-
Alexi. He's
had-
Alexi's back in it at 3-4. There are 7 teams separated by 1 game. Andy's making faces at the
The
camera.
problem is, look at that.
We have a couple 3-4s, a couple 4-4s. That's 7 teams separated by 1 game. Anyone could make the playoffs at this
Here's
point.
the
I'm only
problem.
two back.
Here's the problem. I'll tell you the problem. Alexi is 3-5 now, but he's in a division with William, Mike, and me. That is 3 good teams in front of him.
You suck. Mike's team is hurt. Williams a wagon.
Mike Williams sucks. I'm gonna win that division.
You suck.
Anyway,
So I will now do William versus Connor.
yep. Our feature matchup of the week.
This was an absolutely electric matchup. Probably the game of the year, maybe.
No, Braden's had to be the game of the year.
Yeah, but it just
Okay.
sucked because Paul and I both
Yeah,
suck.
they both
But
suck.
it-
Yeah.
This
This,
game
this
actually
is
matters.
implicated.
That's like being the Texans and the Jaguars had a great overtime win.
Which one am
or-
I?
Like
You're
when you
probably the
get-
Jaguars.
like when
Let's go.
you get some of those Big 12 teams and they're both unranked, but they score 120 points combined.
Let me
comes
tell
down
you
to-
why, William. So Connor has a great team. I really like Connor's team. And I don't like Williams' team. And here's why Williams a fraud. He doesn't have a quarterback. Yes, he does. He has Patrick Mahomes. Lied. But let's keep going. I didn't see his on bye.
Adam Holmes sucks.
Yeah.
I offered him Geno
Connor,
Smith.
Connor had 2 zeros on his team.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Connor's good, and William has a good quarterback. He has
You bench DK.
by
too.
far, and I don't even think it's close, guys. I think you'd agree, the worst running backs in the league. Brian
That brings us
Robinson,
to our Brian Robinson.
That
Daryl
brings us to our
Henderson.
Brian Robinson update of the week.
Oh,
He had 8 carries for 20 yards for a total of 2 points. William,
And no receptions.
don't know why you're starting him. He's not good. I would drop him.
because he has Daryl Henderson, who's also unstartable.
I just traded him, you freaking idiot. Why'd you even take that
He,
trade?
he was missing Zeke last week.
But I'd be very concerned if I was a Zeke owner because
If Tony Pollard's better.
As Zeke
Pollard
goes, we
is-
go. The Cowboys are a wagon. Everyone jump on one.
no, I think Zeke is still really good, and it's still going to be a bulk of the Zeke carries. But I think after what you just saw, I think Pollard, they're one going to make sure Zeke's 100% healthy because they don't need him.
You're gonna buy.
And 2, I think it's still going to be a little more Pollard than we thought. William also just lost his tight end, Irv Smith, who
He starts Gerald Everett.
Connor's
okay.
team is really freaking good.
Yeah, Williams not that good. He really is not that good. And Cooper Cup, I just kind of think he's gonna get hurt. He's just kind of always like hurt. He kind of is hurt. And gets the ball a lot. Tyreek's really good. Other than that,
Connor,
yeah, Connor
Connor's
wins by like
team-
0.3.
Connor's team minus his quarterback is turning out to be insane. Christian McCaffrey with his passing, rushing, and receiving touchdown, first player since LaDainian Tomlinson, 2005 to do that. Ramondre Stevenson has just completely taken over that job, catches all the passes.
I feel like everyone knew.
He's
that.
RB7 on the year right now.
Okay.
Mike Evans, and Amon-Ra St. Brown and DK Metcalf, insane receivers. He's got Travis Kelce.
Yeah, his
Can't
team
forget
is
about
really
him.
good. His
Like,
team is really good.
Outside, he's got Daniel Jones, who is
He has Kelsey.
good. So if you have an extra quarterback, maybe go to Connor. He's looking for one. He probably has some pieces to spare. And
I'll
this
give
will
you
still be
Geno
good.
Smith.
For
I'll send
Kelsey.
you a
Maybe
trade.
Ben. That could be a trade target for you.
Yeah.
Go to Connor, trade
Um,
quarterbacks.
Okay. Well, now we're gonna go. Are we just like saying quickly who we think's gonna win these matchups? Probably.
No, we can break them down a little bit. I don't have the usual like. We can look
Okay.
at these. We're jumping into the week 9 matchups. We'll start it off with Alexi versus Connor. Alexi is 3-5 on a 2-game win streak. And Connor is 5-3. So this is a big matchup for Connor. He really doesn't want to drop to 5-4 because there's a lot of 4-4 teams running up his heels. Although Connor is missing Daniel Jones, Christian McCaffrey, Melvin Gordon. He's missing some players this week. Alexi appears to be at full strength again, minus Mike Williams. I think Alexi can win this one. Without Christian McCaffrey, I think Alexi's got a shot.
All right. Well, Mike versus Braden. Mike's got Lamar prime time. I think Swift looks better this week. He's got Sanders, who Nick loves Thursday night. I love Garrett Wilson. AJ Brown, McLaurin's look really good since Heineke's taking over. I've got Mike beating Braden pretty good. But I will say, boom, boom, boom. The Tony's Pizza player, pepperoni pick, penis player, pick of the pepperoni week.
Travis Etienne, because that's the only player on the team.
Going up against the 27th best defense this weekend.
Travis Etienne.
He's a free man.
It has to
Taking
be.
the chains off.
Dude, he's so
Training
good.
wheels are off.
He's so good. Hey,
Travis Etienne Jr. is going to have over 80 receiving yards this week and over 100 rushing yards.
let's go.
Travis Etienne is free. He's exactly what I thought he'd be when I drafted him, and I'm pretty pissed about it. But he is the pepperoni player, penis pick player, pepperoni player, pick, penis, pepperoni, Tony pick of the week. You got him, start him, bet on him. Braden Little owns him. Too bad it's going to go to waste. But
Whoa.
there you go.
I'm 2 games
Mike
back.
wins handily.
I'm going to win this week and next week and then next week. And then I'm
Except
back
you
in.
will not hold any tiebreakers on points scored because you are so far behind anyone.
So
You better
Braden
start,
wins
putting up some
handily.
numbers. When's the last time you scored more than 130?
I don't know.
Have you scored 130 this year?
Genuinely don't know.
Okay. Well, Braden's going to lose that one. And Braden, would you like to do William versus Paul?
Yeah, because I love William. William's my team. I picked him from the beginning.
You're a fraud.
Um,
Your time will come. It has come.
I think
I think Paul got
Actually, let me interrupt. Braden has not scored 130 points in any game this year. His most is 125.6, which is the week he beat me, week 1. So just let that simmer.
Dude, Williams' team is not that good. It is literally Cup and Hill, and his team is bad. He's a bad tight end, a bad flex, 2 bad running backs, and a good quarterback, and then 2 receivers.
so. I'm going to pick an upset here. I'm going to pick Paul to win this game, not because his team is good, but because Jonathan Taylor is finally going to show up this week.
New coordinator.
Yeah, they
New
just fired their
coordinator-
OC.
I know it's just a big shakeup and I don't know, get the man the ball. He's so good when you give him the ball. So I think Jonathan Taylor's gonna have a huge game. Also, Joe Burrow was trash last night, and so there's no way he has 2 bad games in a row. Also, he's playing Carolina.
They're gonna be throwing because DJ
They're
Moore.
gonna be throwing. It's gonna be a shootout. Carolina. If anybody you have is playing Carolina, start them up because they're just all gonna be shootouts. It's gonna be great. DJ Moore's actually gonna be good.
Cincinnati.
But I think on the back of Joe Burrow and Jonathan Taylor, he's gonna beat William. I don't know if Cup is gonna play because he sprained his ankle or something.
I think he's fine.
He's fine according to Nicholas.
He should be fine, but I'm starting Allen Robinson because I think
Also-
Yeah,
Al-
thank goodness.
Also, I think something that's very underrated is defenses, and William has the Cowboys defense, which are they 1? Yeah, they're 1. They average
Hell
20,
yeah.
21 points a game. That's just
I like
not
that.
there anymore.
on the back of Micah Parsons himself.
Yeah,
How about
exactly.
them
So Williams gonna have to stream that, and that can always be iffy. So I really think that Paul's gonna come out on top.
I don't
here.
hate that. He is a fraud. And Nick, everyone remember that when Nick was like, "Oh, he's starting Allen Robinson." When Allen Robinson has more than 15 fantasy points this week, I want a public apology on the next podcast.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Justin versus Dave.
Yeah, I
Nick-
got this one. So Justin finally got all his players back from bye,
And his team sucks.
which is basically just the Chargers. They are playing Atlanta, number
Oh,
1 in the
God.
division, Atlanta, but Atlanta nonetheless.
A-Town.
I think Justin's gonna score so
Hey,
many
Tom Mahomes,
points.
pull off.
You might
Hey,
see-
hold on. Let's have a moment of silence for Atlanta legend takeoff. The homie dead. The homie real dead. Okay, keep going.
You should have took off.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, what happened? Did he die?
He got shot.
He got shot.
Really?
dead.
Yeah, take off the third Migo.
He got shot? Who shot him?
He was playing
his
dice
buddy
in
by
bowling
accident.
alley.
They were playing dice, and then Quavo was chirping, and then they started like a fight, and then Takeoff was just sitting there quietly. He wasn't even talking. He's like kind of shy actually out of the three of them, and he was just sitting there, and like one of their like buddies pulled out like a gun to shoot the one that Quavo was chirping, and he missed, and he misfired, hit Quavo or Takeoff. So his own guy killed him, his own friend, and then he died.
Offset's okay though, right?
He
He's
wasn't
fine. Quavo got shot, but he's fine too.
Offset.
All right. Anyway, Justin just has some crazy matchups this week with the Chargers against Atlanta. Finally gets Keenan Allen back. Also, Aaron Jones against Detroit is a great matchup. But it looks like Justin will be on the market for a tight end and a kicker this week because both of his are on bye. So if you're Dave, maybe pick up and drop all the kickers and tight ends. Just a little strategy for you. But I think Connor, or what's his face, Justin, wins this one strictly because of matchups.
And I will take us over to Carter versus Ben, and it brings me great joy. This is the week that Ben will fall, the Empire will topple, and there will be a 1 next to his 8. And he has a bad bye week. He has no Chubb. He has no Amari Cooper. Jamar Chase is hurt. The fact, and I will give him all the respect, like I said, the fact that he has no Jamar Chase, Nick Chubb, and Amari Cooper, and his team is still like would beat most teams in the league. I think it's just that Carter is pretty good, so I think he'll lose. But like he would beat Braden, Paul, Alexi, Mike, maybe me. I think William, Paul, and Dave and Justin with his team right now with 2 first-round picks basically, and then probably like a third-round pick the way he plays.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive. But I think that Carter is going to win. I love Devontae Adams. T. Higgins is now a wide receiver 1. Just kind of did a little swap for Ben with Jordan Marchese, which kind of hurts him. And Carter is D-Hop.
Carter's got a good little squad. Buffalo.
Carter has a good little squad, but Mostert's going to take a blow. She doesn't have an RB2, really. Demon's bad.
No, Mostert's good. And now he's alone.
Yeah, he's alone. They traded Chase Edmonds.
No, they just got Jeff Wilson.
Oh, they did trade for Jeff.
Yeah. So now there's actually.
Yeah, Carter, you should have traded for Alvin Kamara when you had the chance, because I was going to take Joe Mixon and Raheem Mostert off your hands. But now that ship has sailed, buddy.
All right. And then that brings us to the matchup of the week.
Because for no other reason why.
Because Nick's gay and I'm going to kick his ass.
And I'm going to beat Anthony. We got 4 rings between us. The
I
rivalry.
had a bad bye week.
This rivalry has gone for 9 years now. Anthony owns me.
I'm his daddy. I'm his daddy.
In the regular season,
Twice.
there was a stretch where I had it had to be 6 or 7-1. Like you were beating me that often.
Oh, you've only beaten me, I think, 2, maybe 3 times in 10 years.
Anthony, you've only beaten me 1 time.
I dominate Nick, and but Braden, just break down.
Yeah, so I got Nick winning pretty easily.
Fuck you, Braden.
I just like I can go across. I'll just go down the list. Jalen Hurts, Kirk Cousins. Who you taking, AJ?
Fire me up, Kirk. Revenge game versus.
Okay,
Washington.
cool. So I'm taking Jalen Hurts playing Houston.
They're gonna run. They're gonna run.
And
He's
then
gonna run.
The only thing that might, you got to get lucky in the fact that Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara both just had 40-point games. So there's got to be some regression. But it's still Derrick Henry and Alvin Kamara. So
on Sunday and Monday night, both of them playing in prime time.
You're probably avoiding 40-point games from them because how often does that happen twice in a row? But they're still 2 of the best running backs in the league. Michael Pittman is probably bad. So I'll give you DJ Moore on that.
Holy shit. Who would have thought that 2 weeks ago?
I actually don't think Chris Olave is that good. I think he kind of was touchdown dependent when he was scoring a lot of points.
This is why you're 2-6. I wouldn't take anything Braden says with any.
I have a lot of buys this week. I will say.
Validity.
Okay. And Anthony, I don't. Yeah, you have
TJ Hawkinson's not going to play.
TJ
This
Hawkinson's
week.
not going to play. Like I wouldn't.
Well, I'm gonna start Hurst. That tight end, I actually have a pretty good tight end. Hurst.
Okay. Allen Robinson's bad. You also don't need another receiver to pick up.
Why is Allen Robinson bad? If you just look at what he's done, he started horrible, but he gets targets.
Drafted
him. Cooper Kupp's banged up. He got 17. He got 10 last week. He's my flex. If he can get me 10, he's getting targets now and he's getting involved. Cooper Kupp's hurt.
He's had the same amount of targets pretty much the whole season.
And he's actually doing something. Like he's much better.
They are targeting him a little bit farther down the field and not just like on the 1 yard line.
And if Cooper Kupp is hurt, then or is limited at all, and he's going in with a bad ankle, the chances of him, if he's getting 15 targets, the chance of him re-injuring the ankle is probably pretty high.
Let's be honest. If Cooper Kupp doesn't play, the Rams are scoring 0 points.
I don't know.
That's also true.
Would you change your mind about me beating Nick if you had Lamb instead of Duvernay and Najee instead of Allen Robinson?
But what if I had Cortland Sutton?
You wouldn't start Cortland Sutton, I don't think.
Basically,
if you had CD in there, then it would be interesting because I can see Pittman and Olave combining for like 20. Which CD would get 20, right? Yeah. But I can also see Damian Pierce and Kenneth Walker combining for whatever Derrick Henry gets.
I think my running backs can match up against Knicks, and then I think it comes down.
No, I don't. No. I mean, like them combined. Like I could see them each getting 15, and then Derrick Henry could get 30.
I like.
That's actually what happened last week.
I think the Chiefs are going to get up on the Titans big, and Henry's going to not really be that involved.
Titans defense has been solid lately, which is good for Derrick Henry. Anyway,
all right, so you got Nick.
Kadarius Toney might sneak into my lineup by the end of the week.
Everything you say is wrong, so I'm okay with that. All right, well, I got just a couple more minutes, so let's do the coming out butthole out of Nick's penis butthole fag player butthole coming out of the closet. I'm a gay fag player of the week. That was a mouthful. You guys got to change the name of that. That's too much. I read that right off the script. Everyone, Nick typed that out. And the coming out player of Nick's butthole is
sponsored by Out of the Closet Brewing, by the way.
Apple cider coming soon.
The cider's in the closet right now.
Is it going to come out with you?
We're having a party. If you guys are in town, December probably 2nd or 3rd. If you're around.
No surgery. That's finals, Nick. No one's going to be in town.
Well, for you Atlanta people, maybe. It could be Friday.
Okay, who's your coming out player of the week, Nick?
Speaking of my team, damn, I wasn't. Dang it.
No, you can't pick him. No, you can't pick him.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna pick another one, but I still need a little bit more news. But I think Kadarius Toney on the Chiefs is gonna be my coming out player of the week. He is on my team. And for all of those people in the league that ran over the waiver wire trying to give him a quick ad, I beat you, and I beat you. I had multiple people text me. It's like that old Geico commercial.
No, I know for a fact that I lost to Nick by literally less than 4 seconds. Because we have all the same apps. They get all that quick information before everyone.
I was already in the app. Like I was literally looking.
And he was in the app, and I literally, because when I went to him, this is how close it was. It didn't say he was on your team. But then I clicked it and it was like trade. And I was like,
I didn't have to drop a player. I had an open spot. So literally all I had to do was click add.
Yes. When I opened the app, I was on the big league too. So I had to like load the R league. But Braden, you're coming out player of the week.
So I'm going with a bit of an underdog. I'm trying to pick somebody on the waivers, not somebody that somebody has. I'm going with Terrence Marshall Jr. With the change in the resume, he had 9 targets last week. He only caught 4 of them. But
like DJ Moore the whole year.
No, I know, but I'm thinking that I just got a feeling about him. You know what I mean? It's Terrence Marshall Jr. I don't know. Why not? For no other reason why.
No other reason why. The Celtics are the
no other reason why. Start him up. Go spend your fab on him. I got $60 on this guy. So
I got $1 left. $1 fab dollar. And my guy's also on the waivers because yes, I like to do the coming out player as someone that's not like.
I mean, Kadarius Toney's fair.
Nick Chubb. But mine is there's no other receiver on the team. Banged up. He's actually, if you look every game this year, is a beast. When they're out, no Mike Williams, no Keenan Allen, Josh Palmer. It's on the waivers. It's basically like starting Keenan Allen. And Josh Palmer, if you ever watched him play, is actually good at football. Like he's not just like, oh, he's the third option and everyone's hurt, so they're gonna try and throw the ball like Terrence Marshall. He's like an actual good receiver.
Whoa.
And Josh Palmer, I think he's gonna have a big week. He had 12 targets last time we played without those two.
All right.
And to wrap up the podcast is our bold.
Wait, did Ben? Oh no, this is the wrong league. Hold on. My coming out player of the week is going to be Caleb Huntley. Another waiver wire ad for you people out there looking for a running back. I may try to even add him myself. He's playing the Chargers with a 31st best matchup against the run game. Caleb Huntley is getting the work. The Falcons run enough. I think they can sustain. They might not score a lot, but they have enough carries to go around for everyone. All he has to do is get in the end zone. He was 16 for 90 last week. You had a touchdown on top of that. He has a pretty good week. And I think maybe he gets in the end zone. So if you're looking for a flex ad, Caleb Huntley.
Okay, and so like bold prediction, like how are we doing this?
Well, so these are my list of bold predictions from the beginning of the year. I'm just scrolling through them trying to find some. The one that I had, my bold prediction was that Kadarius Toney would have over 100 receptions this year. I think it's a little too late for him to get 100, but he's on the Chiefs now, so I thought that was pretty topical. He maybe could get on 100 reception pace at the very least. Let's see. These are all mine. Anthony said Zach Wilson was going to score over 30 touchdowns.
Do you ever read the ones that I say that at work, or are we just?
I've given you. Oh, what about? All right, Tua. I already read this one. Tua will have 12, 40 plus yard complete.
Gotta be another one somewhere.
He's probably already hit that one. Damian Pierce will. Anthony said this. Damian Pierce will lead all rookie running backs in yards.
Travis Etienne.
He's not a rookie running back.
You're fat.
He's not a rookie running back. Kenneth Walker. Anthony has 2 rookie running backs on his team.
Breece Hall.
And they both might be vying for that yard spot.
Yeah.
All right. How about this one?
The rookie dream team.
Braden said Jonathan Taylor would finish outside of the top 7, barring injury. He's playing, and he's outside of the top, and he sucks.
Boom.
It's terrible.
I'm the greatest.
Yeah, but I think he's probably gonna finish.
So
I said Hunter Renfrow is better than Devontae Adams.
yes, Braden also said Hunter Renfrow. This is from the same person that said Hunter Renfrow would have more fantasy points.
I really need Tyreek Hill to get hurt so that DJ Moore can somehow beat him. DJ Moore's gonna end top 5.
And Braden
There's
also
gonna be
said
so many of y'all
Kareem
that
Hunt.
wish you had him.
But
When I offered him for nothing, like I offered DJ Moore for nothing, he's gonna finish top 5, and everyone's gonna be like, "Damn, we should have like." When I was giving him my 3rd string running back on my bench for DJ Moore, and I said no. Who's the real idiot? I'm the Bill Belichick. I run laps around every single one of you. But shout out some of you guys. Credit to Ben. You've looked really good this year.
Let's get some trades going this week. It's been quiet.
It has been quiet.
I got
Like
multiple
said,
texts. This is a direct shout out at Carter and Mike. Somebody just told me they were afraid to trade. They're like, somebody said I haven't traded in 4 years. I'm a little nervous. I think it was Carter's exact quote. Well, Carter, if you had traded, you would have got 40 points from Kamara and you probably would have won.
Yeah, and you know what? Fuck Connor. Like, let me read this text message today. Like, he's such a little shit. This is like the most little shit. I said, hey, what do you want for Amon St. Brown? No one on your team intrigues me. No one? I said, nobody? Not like one of my 2 good running backs or like CeeDee Lamb? No. No one. There's not a single player on my team that he thinks
his
is good
team
enough
is
for his team.
significantly better than yours at like every position.
That's not true.
So
I'd
in
take
one position that you'd rather have
Damian Pierce is better than Ramondre Stevenson.
McCaffrey. Ramondre Stevenson is RB7.
Damian Pierce is better. Damian Pierce is top 12. He didn't even start for like 5 weeks.
Neither did Ramondre Stevenson.
Yes, he did. He was getting more carries than Pierce was the first 5
Well, I
weeks.
have a story about time I texted somebody to trade. I could trade that. Okay, cool. So one time I texted Justin asking for a trade. I forget who it was for, but he said the same thing. He was like, nobody on your team I'm interested in. And I was like, fair.
I would want ETN. That's literally it. Other than that,
Yeah.
You want him back?
You want him back? Send me a trade.
yeah, I'll give you DJ Moore.
Andy,
I'm
I'll trade
trading
you-
ETN this week.
Andy,
Send me
hey,
trade offers for
Wait, wait,
ETN.
Braden. Let's
I'll
see if we
trade
can
you
make one
Cortland
happen
Sutton for
right
DJ
here
Moore.
on the podcast.
On the podcast, a
Moore.
live trade.
DJ Moore
Uh-huh.
and Najee Harris.
I can't do it. Najee Harris
Really?
is so bad. I don't want Najee. Also,
You
he's
said
on a
that would be
bye.
He gets 12 a week.
He's on a bye. If he wasn't on a bye, I'd
He
take
needs
it.
to win.
I have to win now. I'll do it next week.
I'll unless DJ
Um,
Moore gets 25 again, then he might be the second coming of Christ if that happens. But other than that,
Andy, I'll
I
trade
just
you
I can't do it for somebody on
Cortland
mine.
Sutton and Chase Claypool for DJ Moore.
dude,
Yeah,
Chase
you're the
Claypool
Bears.
sucks.
That's awful.
I picked him up because I thought they were going to trade him. I figured they would trade him somewhere else.
Chase
But
Claypool's
I'd probably
trouble.
drop. Yeah, it's probably going to drop now. I'm gonna try to
I
trade
mean, but you know what? So like I said, I gave compliments to who I thought was good, and like Paul, I'm just so sick and tired of his like shitty trades and his horrible teams.
I hope
and,
Paul wins the league.
him. Not a chance.
like, are you guys not tired of just watching like? You know what? Paul is like
I
Hitler.
have the same record as Paul, so like stop talking trash about him.
Yeah, and Paul scored over 130 points at least one time this
Paul
year.
has more points than me on the
Paul-
team. However,
You know what? Braden's the therapy team of the week.
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I have never been the worst team like that week. Collectively, I'm the worst team, but on any given week, I'm not the worst team. Yeah, I've never been the favorite team of the week.
Well,
I've never
Paul
been
is
it.
never-
I'm always number 2. I'm always the second in
you're
consideration.
getting real close to.
I know,
to being
but that's what you say
week.
every week. But like, I'm gonna win this week, so then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, he's good, and then it's great. All right,
All
well,
right, guys.
I think that's all we got for us on this episode
Yeah.
of the podcast.
Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week.
And let's ride.
Justin, you still suck.
Let's ride.